Have you ever woken up loathing yourself and loathing your life? I've been there.
Not a good place to be.
And this feeling follows you day and night, always lurking in your subconscious, never fully coming out, but always very present, infecting your thoughts, infecting your feelings about yourself, and affecting how you show up in life. It operates and thrives in the shadows of your mind, very much like a virus that infects your mental and emotional software, causing you to malfunction and to end up sabotaging yourself over and over and over again. Okay, enough about that. I'm here to remind you that you must love yourself. There is absolutely no way you can succeed in this life if you do not love yourself. However, you describe success, you cannot achieve that if you do not love yourself. All your efforts will result in self sabotage and ultimate failure if you do not love yourself. And I'm not talking about the weird, cringy, new agey thing they call self love. What does that even mean? No, no, no. I'm talking about appreciating yourself. I'm talking about thinking good, nice, encouraging thoughts about yourself. I'm talking about being kind to yourself and valuing yourself and what you bring to this world, what you bring to the table of this world. I'm talking about being gracious to yourself in light of all your limitations and your mistakes and your blunders, being gracious to yourself. Loving yourself is about knowing that you have some ways to go before becoming and doing everything that God wants you to be and do, and still appreciating yourself where you are and the far that you have come, and choosing to support yourself through the process. It's about being your number one support system, your own hype man or hype woman. I told you I've been there too, right? My experience was this constant feeling, this attitude, this thought that was just always there, like a cloud hanging over me that I couldn't quite pinpoint, but it was just always there, constantly making me feel like I was less than, I was not enough, I was a failure, I was a letdown, constantly. I would wake up in the morning and the first thought in my mind was, hii ni saa ngapi unaamka mtu mzima? You're X years old, you have achieved nothing. Hata uko serious na life. And those are the thoughts that were just swirling in my mind from the moment I wake up. There was nothing positive in my head about myself. All these and many more negative, bad thoughts would assault me first thing I woke up. I would get up in shame. I would wake up feeling like a failure. Yani, it's like my day was doomed before I started it. But the sad reality was, instead of actually motivating me to get up and do something positive, these thoughts would actually end up disempowering me. I would feel like my day is over. My day is useless. Why even bother to show up today? Like I would start off so defeated. Oh, she. I began each morning feeling useless. And if I ended up doing something good or something great or something positive that day, for me it would be like a fluke. This imposter like effect would just set in and I would end up even sabotaging myself and going back to default settings of I'm a failure, I'm useless, nini nini, nini nini. Man, so this became a vicious negative cycle that went on day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. That is actually how I got where I was. I was essentially trying to shame myself into success. Of course, it can't work. And if you're trying to do it to yourself, heads up, it's going to backfire on you. It is said that you get better results with honey than with vinegar. And this is true for anything, any endeavor in life, in business, family, parenting, leadership. If you have a foundation of empathy, you will go far. Now, please note that being empathetic with yourself does not mean taking your own BS, accepting your own excuses, or lying to yourself. In fact, these lies and excuses that we tell ourselves, they're partly the reason why you're in the mess that you're in. Anyway, being empathetic to yourself requires you to call yourself out in love, not in shame, but in love, and to be accountable to both yourself and to God and someone else if you have somebody walking the journey with you. Being empathetic with yourself requires you to begin coming through for yourself and building trust with yourself, one action at a time, with love, not shame, love. Love is the fuel. For me, the tide started turning when I started believing what God said about me. And that began with me praying and asking God, God, who am I? Who am I to be? Who did you create me to be? What is your original intent for me? What is your purpose for me? And why am I not there? Where is the discrepancy? Where is the disconnect? What is holding me back? God, what is wrong with me? Reveal it to me, please, so that we can fix it. And guess what? God revealed it. He revealed to me the genesis of my problem. He showed me why I was sabotaging myself all this time and the source of my self hate, the fuel for my self hate. And you know what? It's like He shined His light on me. He exposed all these darknesses. He broke the chains and He led me out of this self imposed prison cell. He led me out of the dungeon and He's leading me into my purpose. Don't I love that? I appreciate Him so much. I appreciate for being such a loving God, for being so invested in my own journey. And cheers, the journey continues.